My goodness, live from the Loft 100 studios in sunny San Diego, California. On the air is On the Air. I'm Sully. That's little Tommy. I don't know who the hell you are. You can call me Buck. Are you? Did you hear about this? You know our good friend Steve Voss, Mayor
Yes.
Steve Voss, maybe one of the most interesting guests we've ever had. I was
And his
surprised.
son. And his son.
Right, but
And his dad.
I love Steve Voss. I always have. I didn't realize the guy was so textured.
Oh, yeah.
But his son, Jacob Voss, is a director, a movie director. And of course, Russ, like, you know when Russ and I do the Big Biz show on the national show?
Yeah.
If we have an attorney in, Russ will always somehow, hey, look, at hypothetically speaking, say someone's going through divorce. If we have a dentist on, they're like, look.
Yeah.
No, he always takes advantage of all. Listen, that's the game.
That's how I roll, baby.
Look what's
now-
in his hand right here. Look at
The
what's
script.
This is the script from Scuba the Movie. I play Garnett, the vice principal of a high school dealing with
Tell us about your next film, Russ.
Well, my next film, on behalf of all those involved, I'd like to say thank you for winning the award. It's going to be a great movie. The crew, everybody's very professional except me.
Right.
I'm the only one screwing around. But
Wow.
Have you gotten any direction like, hey, Russ, that's great, but let's try it this way? Because that's how they do it,
Yeah, a little bit.
right?
Well, because
How are you taking the direction?
Yeah, that's even better point.
I'm very directable, fellas.
You are the least directable person.
Hold on, I got something I'm going to dial up for you.
I've been on the air with you for 26 years. You're the least directable because you're your own lane.
Because I'm in my right. Well, this is way over here. This is a drama, and I'm an actor.
It's a drama.
Hold on. I cried for a minute. I'm an actor, and I was able to channel my, the other side of comedy is sadness. So I got
This
that.
was.
Wow.
So we got some rare footage of him. You went till 3 in the morning. You were shooting the other day.
Yeah,
Just a little bit of Jacob Voss talking to Russ.
Yeah, but yeah, it rained that night anyway.
So when does the movie come out?
There'll be editing, which is a time toilet, and everybody knows that. The editing takes months, but should come out first of the year. The Aspen Film Festival, I believe it's where it's showing. You can help us produce the movie like Sully did.
Oh yeah, you can. I'll tell you what I'll do again today.
What?
If you go to scubathemovie.com.
Oh, this is great.
Okay. I will match any donation. Do not tell the Vosses, because what they do is
Yeah.
tell all their friends to donate during the show. Any donation that comes in today.
Yeah.
What is the date today?
It's the day.
It's today. Whatever it
Sometime
is.
in
Today.
August.
Whatever day it is today.
Yeah.
Any donation, and not a replay, just the original.
Right.
Go to scubathemovie.com, click on donate. I will match, Sully Entertainment Group will match up to $5,000. Okay?
Wow.
What?
Yes, we'll help him do that. So Russ is
Glad
in.
you're
Right.
drinking again.
Russ is in for 2,500.
wait.
There we go. So, all right, Tommy, what do we got?
I'm
today?
excited about today's show because today we're going country.
Wow.
As
Hence-
a matter of fact,
Like
I would-
country like she you. This is my sister / fiance.
Our country, the greatest country in
Oh,
the world.
okay,
Not that country.
We're
Country
going
and Western, you mean country?
We're going country. There's only 2 types of music: country and
Country
western.
and Western.
I get you.
But we have a great morning show.
Yeah.
And they're from KSON, John and Tammy.
Heard of them?
I've heard of them, and they're great, and they're nice people, and I'd like to introduce them one by one.
Let's go.
All right.
Individuals.
She is originally from Madison, Wisconsin. She is a longtime radio veteran, but more importantly, she's a mom of 5 and a grandma of 2 little boys.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, the first lady of country music radio in San Diego, Tammy Lee.
Tammy Lee.
Tammy
Is
Lee.
everybody named Lee in the country business?
Yeah.
Honest to God.
You need a second
There's
name.
always a Lee. I got the Morgan Leigh Band here today. We got the Ryan Leigh Band, and then we got Tammy Lee.
And one of my daughters is
Named
named Morgan Leigh. And so I used to have a problem when I'd say text Morgan Leigh, I would accidentally text her.
Oops.
And so I had to change my daughter's
That's
name.
our band.
It's so great to have you in here today. You are
Thank you.
very famous. We'd love to have you.
But thank you.
Almost the most famous person from Madison, next to Frank Lloyd Wright, is what I'm thinking,
Could
right?
be, or maybe some of the professional athletes that are from there, who knows.
Yeah.
But
You're almost
have
the
you.
most famous person here, but Russ is in a movie.
okay.
That's right.
Well, there you go.
In case you'd like to-
So how does it feel, Tammy? You've been in San Diego for 10 years, and
Yes,
you
sir.
guys have been doing great radio on
Thank you.
top of the mountain.
Right.
how does it feel? Because 10 years is a big deal.
It is a big deal, and as a team, we've been together for over 20. Longer than most people have been married. I don't know all your stories.
I was married 9 years, 6 months, 23 days.
Yeah.
Wow, does that hurt? Does that hurt, Tom? I'm sorry, Tom. You need a hug? Seems like it's a
Yeah,
bad
I can see it in the decree.
Yeah.
I do have to correct you, though, Tommy, because you called me a grandma, and I'm not a grandma, I'm a Tama.
Tama.
Oh, I got
Tama.
it.
As in Tamiflu, or
No, just Tama.
Oh, okay.
That makes me
Thought
a
it was the
Russ
medicine.
paw.
My little grandsons call me Tama, so.
Tama.
Yeah. I think it sounds cute.
That makes sense. Yeah. Tammy.
And look at you, all alone, but you're part of a team. We wanted to bring you out here all by yourself. Because
Oh,
who
that's
needs-
very sweet.
Are you ever? It's interesting. So we've been a part of a team on radio for 26 years.
Yeah.
We're never hardly away from each other in
Right.
public. Do you ever do the thing, or you're introducing somebody by yourself, or you're on air by yourself?
Well, there's times if John's gone or on vacation or things like that.
Hungover?
Or he can't attend. Yeah. Or can't
Liquored up on a Thursday.
Can you do a show without him, or do you like?
Yes.
Yeah.
I worked in Tucson, Arizona for a couple years. I hosted a love song show. At that time, there was someone named Delilah in Seattle who was starting it, and my boss and her boss were great friends, and they had this idea, and I decided I didn't like it, and I went out. So I always used to think, man, if I would have stayed, I probably would have kicked her butt. But
Was it a country love song show, or was it?
No, it was
like Lost Air Supply and maybe some
things
yacht
like
rock
that.
and stuff
You
like
bet,
that.
you bet.
Perfect. Russ plays hammock rock. By the way, if you ever go to Monarch on Sundays, he plays
I
hammock
do.
rock.
That's what I call hammock rock.
Oh, it's hammock rock.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Right.
Basically, the Old Guys Rule T-shirt and the cargo shorts and the
Sure.
band in the garage saying like
Yeah.
"Living on Sponge."
me.
Right,
That's
there you
it.
go.
That's Rusty.
There you go.
Actually, he's very good in person.
I worked at a 70s station for a while, so I
Yeah.
probably would love your music. So
Well,
it's my favorite, actually.
Russ was big on the radio in the 70s, and now he's
Okay.
big, and he's
70.
70.
Wait a minute. That's right. Oh, that's getting better,
Right,
Sully.
you're better. You're getting older. Actually, you're getting
Younger.
All right.
All right.
What else do we got?
He is originally from Chicago, Illinois, celebrating 20 years as a morning show with Tammy, celebrating 10 years together on KSON. The best harmonica player I have ever seen perform on stage.
That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Flint.
There he is.
Wearing the Pods colors.
I
God
gotta tell
bless
ya.
you.
Hey guys.
I don't want to culturally appropriate anybody. You guys look like normal radio people. You don't look like country radio people because I'm in talk radio, as you know. Russ is in I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what I
Tommy was a very famous at some point.
We are aware.
But when you get in your mind's eye, you start thinking, okay, the guys over at Rock 105 are look like hard rock guys.
Like
And
this.
the guys on the sports station look like you, and the guys on the country station look like that. You guys are just I love that you're walking in here with a Padres jersey and some
No cowboy hat.
and some slippers on.
Well, full disclosure, I'm going to Petco right after we're done here to go watch the afternoon.
Are you up to throw at the first pitch?
I have thrown out the first pitch, as has Tammy, who nailed it, but not today.
Were you
just gonna
shaking
watch
like
the
Don
game.
Knotts when you did
I
that?
was shaking like Don Knotts. Certainly a timely reference.
Yeah, we tried. Who else shakes that's more famous than Don Knotts?
That is a good point.
I will tell you, I was so scared, and I got there, and this is, God, what, 4 years ago? So let's just say there wasn't a real big crowd on a Tuesday night at the
We grew up with
at
that. We
Petco
grew up
Park,
in San
right?
Diego.
Yeah,
During
Padres.
COVID, you saw those Padre games. There was about 30 people there. That's what our childhood looked like, being a Padre fan.
Well, you'd call and say, what time's the game? They go, well, what time can you get here? We'll go ahead and hold off a little.
Right.
So yeah, I think we were. I know I was hired because I wasn't a country jock. I was a rock jock.
Oh, yeah?
And I made a living making fun of country music. And I got a call.
And she, look at you now.
I'll tell you this: until I was paired up with Tam, I was working in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, probably about getting ready to go work at a bookstore or something. And
Anything but
I got
bookstore.
a job. I got a job in Madison. And they paired me up at a country station with a partner who was very good on her own, I'm sure, but together Tommy, it's like if you're not, there's no chemistry.
Yeah, because Tommy's crap on his own. But
Yes.
with a team, he's fantastic.
Yeah, get him on.
Guy knows what he's doing. Guy knows what he's doing about assembling teams with chemistry, and thankfully that didn't work out. It's a very long, very interesting, but very long story.
Tell it.
They paired us up.
Yeah.
We got
In
time, but
Madison?
wait. You know what?
Hold on a minute.
Speaking of good chemistry, can I just stop down because we have the biggest country jocks in the city
And country.
Huge, very famous people.
John and Tammy.
And look who we brought for you. Speaking of good chemistry,
Right.
the Morgan Leigh Band here. Morgan, how are you? Great to see you.
Doing good.
So you know of these people, right?
We do.
Have you
We've-
played in front of them or with them before?
We have John play the harmonica with us.
Did you bring your heart?
I did not. I didn't,
Come on!
I didn't know they were going to be
I know.
here. I didn't know I would be asked to perform. And let's be
Yeah.
honest, I had such an inspiration, or aspirations, I should say, before the pandemic. When I get done, I am going to be John Popper from Blues Traveler. I'm going to be Clarence
Sully
Gables
needs
from Brown.
a harmonica player. Come on, you're in. You're hired.
I have a question for John. Okay, if I'm at a party and there's a band, I can fake by going up on stage and doing jumping jack flash. I can fake that. But I saw you on video doing
It was Piano Man.
Piano Man on harmonica, and you sang it.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Because that wasn't like you took lessons. I mean,
Well,
you're a musician.
I'm not. It's an interesting story. And the Morgan Leigh Band and Tammy are instrumental, oddly enough. I can't believe we're all together. It's so great. I haven't seen these guys in, well, we know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Tammy, as an on-air bit, bought me, well, no, she
it was
bought
a
me a
Christmas
Christmas present and bought me a harmonica because I always
no
said
way.
I want to be a musician. I want to be a rock star. I can't play guitar. I can't play piano. She's like, here, start with this.
Wow.
And I put it in a closet for a year and a half, never even touched it. And she got kind of PO'd about that and was like, and so we were talking, just doing
Had you
morning.
never played before?
Never.
In what key
Wait a
is that
sec.
harmonica?
The one that you gave me, I don't know what key that was in.
Probably
You
a
didn't
C.
say it.
Probably a
It was
C or a G.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a Sears.
Probably a C or a G.
Yeah.
Anyway, she dared me on the air. We made it a stunt. She's like, okay, you have 4 months to learn a brand new song and then go on stage and perform it.
By the way, 4 months is generous. You know, that's,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
she's a mother of 5. She knows what she knows.
Take responsibility.
I know what to expect.
Was it Ruel?
I'm pretty sure it was me, yeah.
So
Ruel
Ruel
heard
heard
it.
that and had a great idea. They're putting out an album. They're going to have an album release party at the Belly Up, and they're not dumb.
Ruel's
They
a
know-
great marketing guy. He
Right?
knows the
Yeah.
biggest
They know
radio
I'm gonna
guys in the
talk
city.
about it.
So you know what? Hey, I have an idea. Let's,
They called,
let's
said they
shovel in the
challenged
song
me.
here.
You come and perform with us at our album release party at the Belly Up, so you can be on the same stage as the Stones, whereas Tony Bennett and Gaga, where it's like,
Yeah.
So I
That's
was
your freak out.
I was nervous, but I was also put on the spot. Let's be honest, we were live on the radio at the time, so I was like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm doing this. So I had an idea. I'm a huge Beatles fan. My daughters are Abby and Julia, so I'm very inspired by the Beatles in my life, as are they now. I'm like, let's do Love Me Do. And I didn't realize how hard that harmonica is in Love Me Do. Lennon was Lennon.
It's more than just panting.
Right. So, and they hated the song.
All right, Morgan.
They hated the song.
I love it.
So they were like, listen, this isn't going to work for us. And I'm like, this isn't going to work for me. I suck. Let's have a meeting and figure this out because we're getting down to crunch time. And did I say, let's just do Piano Man? Because I kind of taught myself how to do it in the car one day because I had my harmonica with me. And it's in C. So it's not that hard.
No.
And
Wait a minute.
I just learned it. And it's the only song I played on repetition. I mean, we're talking a continuous loop of annoying the hell out of Tammy. And
But Piano Man's not a 2-minute, 30-second song.
No.
And it tells a story.
yeah, it was we had a handful of practices, if that.
Almost as bad as the day the music died, because that goes on for like 2.5 days.
Oh, Bye Bye Spirit Pie. First of all, number 2, Russ tried to play the harmonica, gave up, and started the nose whistle thing.
Yeah,
So
it's
he gets
much
the cold.
easier.
We hear
Watch this.
Dude,
So,
you know
that's
what?
good. Okay, hold on a second.
That's amazing.
So, okay, I want to hear this whole story. Before we do this,
Yeah.
Morgan, you guys got to play something. For
Yeah.
me. Will you guys kick something off?
Yeah.
Get a little something.
You guys want to play a little something?
All right, let's get it going.
I like that.
I'm a woman with a wild side. Always looking for a good time. So sick and tired of working 9 to 5. I'm going out tonight. Looking hot so we can skip the wine.
Wow.
You know what they call a room full of drummers?
What?
Prison. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
You know what drum stands for, don't you? Doesn't really understand music.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Hey, Morgan, you're a star.
I'm still impressed with you directing and doing this thing. Get back in the control and work yourself.
You didn't win an Emmy for drumming.
Jarred Coleman, ladies and gentlemen. Give him
Hey, Morgan.
Morgan Leigh Band. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Hey, who are you guys? I mean, you guys are country stars. I mean, you guys are great.
Thank you.
Have you seen the video that they posted of them singing the national anthem in a stairwell?
No.
That's the story. It's amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
Mr. Marketing Guy, did you do that too? Is that your idea too?
It actually was.
Yeah, it was his idea.
Imagine that.
And
He doesn't even play banjo. He's just
No.
up there for the marketing.
There's
deal. He
candy
holds
in
the
this.
thing.
It just looks good.
He does a ventriloquist solo.
It's a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, that's right. Kenyatta, let's hit it.
No,
with
wait. I have a question for John and Tammy.
Wait, before you get there, let's finish this. Where do we find you? Where do people find you? Are you online, Instagram, the whole thing? What's the deal?
We're everywhere. So you can just look up Morgan Leigh Band.
All right.
Leigh.
What do you got for the rest of the year? Any big gigs coming up?
We're going to be releasing new music.
All right.
So I
Any
just had a
cons-
baby. So we've been
Wow.
a little hiatus at the moment.
Yeah, you're busy.
Beautiful.
Dang.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cool boots.
Yeah.
And then, so any gigs coming up that we can promote yet, or are you still
Not yet.
All right.
There'll
We're working
be
on
one.
something for September right now.
Yeah.
Well, you can play with the Sully Band anytime you want. You can come back here anytime you want.
Thank you.
We'd love to do that. Very good. Morgan Leigh Band. All right.
All right, John and Tammy.
They're such great people too, man.
Yeah, really good.
If a San Diegan loves country music, they probably love and listen to you guys, John and Tammy.
KSON, always.
When you're at a concert,
KSON.
I've always wondered this about you guys. When you're at a concert, a country concert, do people just go up
You guys
to you?
swarm like
how does
Elvis?
how does that feel?
They're on
Because-
you like a hobo on a hot dog, aren't they?
It's crazy. I have to say, when we first moved out here, we were wondering what this country music scene was like in San Diego. We had no idea.
We were very aware of KSON as
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But what
They used to
legendary
call it
radio.
KSON. Did they call it KSON?
They used to. No,
From the
KSON.
mall.
When I was a kid, I always heard
Right.
my parents listen to
Yeah.
KSON.
And, we
McKinnons.
and that said, we understand what an unbelievable honor it is to be the morning show host for 10 years at KSON.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. But we didn't know what the audience was like. You know, what are people like? It's always different in every town.
Well, what I
And-
want to know demographic, and let's talk about this when we get back in the break, because I want to know because I was in Del Mar over the weekend, and a dude with a Bentley with the top down is firing out major country western music. So I don't think it's the demographic that we all think it is. Do
It's
we?
not.
It's probably more like everybody
Yes.
as opposed to somebody. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Little Morgan Leigh Band coming out.
Now, I've heard of mom jeans. Are those mom boots?
Those aren't. And we got John and Tammy. Very,
Yes.
very excited. It's on the air. It's on the air. Is on the air.
I got it.
See you in a minute.
Girl, I've been seeing you out and about all over town. Girl, I've been hearing you running mouth and talking about how you should be with him and I should be alone. Ain't that a shame? He's mine. Y'all go get your own. Sometimes the words can say it best. I need to get this off my chest. Girl, you're crazy. Loco. Girl, you lost your mind. You gone bananas. Bad manners ain't something you can hide. 3 years have passed and you need to go away. I don't wanna meet you. Already know. Well, you're holding on, but for the love of God, let it go. Sometimes the words can say it best. I need to get this off my chest. Girl, you're crazy.
The Morgan Leigh Band on the air. Wow.
Love that.
I'm a huge fan now.
And look at you. Suddenly Russ has a cowboy hat and a bracelet and a shirt from the Frustrated Cowboy
yeah.
in Del Mar.
That's it. But I noticed when country singers point, they point like they're shooting a gun.
Yeah,
Huh?
you
How'd
gotta
got
take
that?
'em out.
It's not just like
Russ does finger pistols too. When he gets recognized, it's like, bang, right at you.
Hey, Morgan.
Super, super sketchy.
Morgan, you got that twang going on. Where are you from?
Valley Center.
Awesome.
I mean,
that's
San
Valley
Diego.
Center.
Yeah.
That's a twangy place. That's
Yeah, it's a
I
twin.
love it. I'm a big fan.
that's in the eastern part of the U.S.
So I want to ask Tammy and John, when you're at a concert, how is it? Because you must get bombarded by fans.
It became crazy. It really did that we have to have, and this is just going to sound.
You have security. You have security? Do they stand
not
like this?
security, not
They go like
security,
this?
but someone on the promotions team, which we'll have to see what happens now.
Yeah, right.
But would have to pull us away because they want you to hang out with them, and they drag you over to their tailgate. And then I had one girl, she was so excited to see me, she grabbed me around the neck and drugged me.
That was Bob Filner, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
And drugged me over, and you want to hang out with them, and we want to, but we have to go do our job, and so we have to have somebody come be the bad guy to pull us away. It's really awesome how much they love you and how much that they feel like you're a part of their life, and that's one of my favorite things.
But you are, though, right?
Yeah.
And you know what'll happen is when you get out of radio, by the way, at least I did. These people are still around, and you don't have to go anywhere. So, yeah, I'd love to come over to your tent and have a drink.
Right, yeah.
And they're trying to get rid of you the rest of the night. Like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
So it's funny because we were told from people in Wisconsin who clearly didn't know San Diego that you guys are going to get to California. Everyone's cold. You're another face in the crowd.
That's LA.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I find out that I didn't know about the rich country. I mean, I knew about KSON again, but I did not know just what a rich heritage and how much people loved that radio station. They took it personally when people weren't there anymore. They took it personally when you changed a bit of the format once. I mean, it's really invested. Yeah. And it wasn't like that at first. There were a couple of concerts we're walking around like, somebody arrest us, please. But well, before the pandemic, it was getting to be.
It's going to get there
much a
again.
madhouse.
So let's talk about that demographic thing, because I think there's this sort of mindset that everybody in East County loves country. And that may be true, but it's really, the more you think about it, everywhere you go, there's country on, right? I mean, have you found that there's people, you know, as far north as far east as Escondido and El Cajon, and then as far north as, you know, maybe Oceanside, Encinitas, I mean, it's everywhere, right?
All the time. Whenever anyone calls, we always ask what part of San Diego County they are, and it's from Oceanside, Carlsbad, Vista, Escondido,
right.
You know, and then we have Chula Vista and El Cajon, and you know, it's just. It's crazy. It is everywhere, and the demographic, you can't put your thumb on it. I mean, there's 18-year-olds who are going crazy and kids who are going crazy to the songs. And then you have, you know, the kids in their 20s, and then you have the moms and dads in their 30s and 40s, and you know, it's everybody.
That's interesting. I didn't realize. So your audience is like span like Barry Manilow.
Like the music itself.
Like, honestly,
Yeah,
honestly,
it
you have
does.
5-year-olds and 90.
Country's the rare format where it's a timeless demographic. You could be 8, you could be 88, and you can still be a fan of the same music and have conversations about it, which makes it great. This is all stuff I learned when I became a country morning host. I didn't know anything about the format, which is frankly how I got the job. They wanted somebody who was raw and rock.
We'll probably add it in.
So I can boss them around.
Well,
That's
but what I love, just piggyback on that, is we get to see every different aspect of our demo, because I live in Carlsbad, Tammy lives in Crest, so I'm North County, she's East County, and I don't know about you, but I get blown away by the people that do know who we are and come up to them. I never would have picked you as a listener. I was at Grubby's.
The guy that owns a jewelry store in La Jolla, big fan.
I'm at Grubby's one day. I'm having a burrito with my daughter, and this head-to-toe tatted guy. Are you John from John and Tammy? I listen to my daughter every day. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Awesome.
I mean,
I thought you were going to rob.
I thought you were.
Tammy, I got a real quick question.
I'm going to get killed here.
What was the first day you cracked the mic in your whole life? How did that whole thing start?
the very first day I was ever on the air by myself. I grew up, my stepfather was news director, so I grew up being drug around to like legislative meetings. Isn't this awesome? And you'd be like, no.
TV or radio?
You know, you'd be good. You'd come with me to the bar and have an orange pop. You know, so I always tried to stay away from it.
Yeah.
I remember meeting my first radio jock who
I know, orange pop.
Pop with us. So Wisconsin.
I am, but I tried to stay away from it, and he eventually talked me into it. I went to business school and I ran a bar for a long time, and I even continued bartending while I was still working.
Yeah.
But, I know.
That's a
good
highlight.
bartender.
I got a great story about that.
My very first night on air by myself, I was so petrified that when I turned on the mic and I talked, all I heard in my ears was that, and I can still hear that sound. And I took it off, and the
Because
guy
that's what you
came
sound
in.
like right now, by the way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really understand what you're
Tell them the EBS story.
No.
Oh, it's the best story ever.
EBS. What's EBS?
Emergency broadcast.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the EA, Emergency
Yeah,
Alert
yeah,
System.
there you go.
It used to
Okay,
be the EBS.
For the next 60 seconds.
Right. So you all know that when you're listening to the radio, for the next 60 seconds, you'll hear a tone. This is only a test. In the case of a real emergency, you'll be instructed on where to go. We all know that.
Yeah.
So
Save it. Hold on a minute.
She screwed
this
it
is
up.
how you keep. This is how in talk radio you keep people in the driveway listening. We're going to hear the greatest EAS story. It affects you
And we're going to hear from
in a couple of minutes. And first, Rusty Nailz is going to sing a couple of ditties. No, I'm just kidding. Morgan Leigh Band is going to take us
Morgan
out of the
Lee's
clip,
gonna
and I want to hear that story. Guys, take it away, please.
Boots are made for rocking.
That Pez dispenser sounds fantastic.
Yeah, he's a great musician. Great musician.
There's a church on the corner of a two-lane road. When you don't show up, everybody knows. And on Friday nights on the 50-yard line, the whole town cheered underneath those lights together. I remember that time down on First and Main, only open till noon every other day. When the cops show up to shut things down, they don't take you in, they'll just call your dad and mama. It's growing up in a small town. We were dying to leave. Now I can't wait to go home. It's hard to believe that I've been gone for so long, so long. Some things change and some stay the same, but the one thing that I'd never trade is growing up in a small town. 'Cause we were dying to leave. Now I can't wait to go home. It's hard to believe that I've been gone for so long, so long. Some things change and some stay the same, but the one thing that I'd never trade is growing up in a small town.
Morgan Leigh Band, and apparently the mayor of El Cajon has showed up to the studio.
That is Bill.
The Honorable Bill Wells. Bill, come on down. Man. Look at that. Morgan Leigh, once again, Morgan Leigh Band. Find her on Instagram. Find her on online. Find her everywhere.
I love Morgan Leigh.
Look at this.
So, hey, true story.
Boom, boom.
I saw Bill Wells the other day. So, Mayor Wells.
That's an inside joke we have between us.
But you're going to tell the story. I saw you the other day, and I said, hey, I'm going to be with John and Tammy in a couple of days. And you go, I know John and Tammy. Then we said, hey, come on down and be part of the show. Just to tell that story. How do you know them?
So I've known these guys for a long time. I've done the show a lot. You think I would remember who he is, but
wow. Well, take us to the day when you called them.
So we were really busy that we were shooting this promo for this thing we were doing, and I was in the middle of it, and he had told me a day or so before that we were going to do a radio interview. I said, oh, absolutely, and I completely forgot about it. So my phone rang, and it was a number I didn't recognize, but I answered anyway. And John said, "Mr. Mayor, how you doing?" And he's on the air.
You're live
Wait
now.
a second. That was legit? I thought you were busting my chops.
No, we played it that way.
So when you said, remind me of who this is again?
Yeah.
That was legit.
That was completely. Now I've heard your feelings.
I thought I made a great impression on you, Mr. Mayor.
So I answer the phone, and he's talking to me. He's like real friendly with me. I was like, "Who is this?" And I said, remind me who this is again. And you're on the line. So we just played it off like it was a big joke, like I was just busting his chops.
But that's why they call you Sleepy Bill Wells now, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's cool is we just found out that by being here on the air show with Sully, Little Tommy, Rusty Nailz, that you two might get together, jam a little harmonica because he's doing a gig.
I'd love to.
Magnolia.
I'm going to wear my new T-shirt that says "Remind me of who you are."
What gig do you have, Mayor Wells?
So on August 28th, we're doing a benefit concert for the East County Transitional Living Center at the Magnolia Theater in El Cajon.
Right.
It's so cool. 1,200 seats. The whole Live Nation's putting it on, so it's going to be totally great. And we're doing the song from that movie, That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
There's a song called "Dance with Me Tonight," and it was perfect for a harmonica.
Okay. I've seen that movie countless times. I can't picture what part of that movie that song was in.
But he can't recall you either, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right?
You got 4
By
weeks.
the time you get there, he's going to say, who? No.
Yeah, not
Security.
for a month.
Yeah, I'll forget about this by the time the show's
You'll think I
over.
was catering.
Start rehearsing now.
I'll load out back.
Okay, listen. First of all, will you stay with us for the day?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. I want to hear a song from you before you guys go. Talk about what you guys are up to. Talk about, is there anything you guys are promoting? I mean, we're just post-pandemic. Is there, every time we talk to people, things are just starting to come out as far as promotions go. Anything big coming up? Any big concerts you guys are doing?
We are going to be so jammed when
Right.
the late summer and fall hits. The concerts are just back in
Kicking up,
full
isn't it?
force.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how. I'll tell you this. We had our first concert a couple weeks ago. We got on stage right outside Petco Park at the Park. Great group called Midland was playing. We got on stage, about 6,000 people there, sold out because everyone was dying to see it, just be out again. Sure. We got on stage and it was if we were the band. And Tammy starts crying.
I did. I
started crying.
couldn't believe it. When I walked out and that sound hit you, and it was great to be back there
Yeah,
again.
sure.
And then all of a sudden, the feelings overwhelmed me, and I just started crying.
I'm on the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm on the microphone talking. I'm like, come on, jump in. I look over, she's in a ball on the ground.
But it was so emotional and so great. But
Can you quickly share that emergency alert system?
Oh my God! I
Because-
thought
come
we were
on.
gonna get out of
Not
it.
a chance.
Real quick, let's go.
Come on.
Let's go. Hit the highlights.
I was. This was my first job on air. Was every other weekend. I shared it with another girl because the program director, she loved us both. Sure. But she called me Friday night. And she said, I need you to come in for the 6 a.m. to 10 slot. So it was daytime, right?
That was big. That was big news.
Right? And I was scared. She goes, we're firing our morning guy tonight, so I need you to do that.
Wow.
Panic, right? So, yeah, right? So I'm in, and things are going okay. I'm just really nervous. And then that EAS test comes up. And for people who don't understand, you had to go through this whole rigmarole and click these buttons and push in a cart and do. So we did the whole thing where it said for the next
60 seconds.
yeah, whatever. So I did it, and it didn't work. And I flipped it again.
So the intro played.
Right,
For the next
but
60
there's
seconds,
no-
there's dead air, which is
there-
our nightmare, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
especially when people are out waiting for that tone.
Yeah, emergency alert and nothing.
Right, so I panicked. Can't believe I'm admitting
What'd you
this.
do? Don't cry.
I turned on the microphone and I went,
Yeah,
For 60 seconds.
Can I just tell you the best thing about that whole story?
And then a breath, yeah. Like
Then-
an 8-track tape player
Oh my
just dies
God.
out and then comes back a little later with the
well,
rest of
and
us.
the station, God, the woman in charge of traffic happened to be there that morning, and she walked in and she grabbed my log and she goes, "Don't worry about it, honey. I'll just reschedule it for later." And she never said a word to anybody.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Did you
Ruined
go
that,
have a
didn't
soda
we?
afterwards?
Oh,
there?
probably had a soda.
The whole rigmarole.
After a Friday fish fry, don't you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Did you just use the word rigmarole?
I think it is. It's
Because I
back.
think my Aunt Sharon, who has a lap the size of a Volkswagen, used to use the word rigmarole. And she's from Wisconsin, had a lot of soda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Hashtag rigmarole.
That's right.
I
And you
get it.
know what, John and Tammy? San Diego radio is a close-knit family.
Right.
And everyone loves you guys.
Yeah, you don't know who we are, which is
you
really
guys,
weird.
But you guys are two nice people.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I joked, but I wasn't joking. We've been here for 10 years now. We still feel like the new morning show in town. We respect that very much. I mean, again, DSC, they basically have their own room here now, right?
That's right. They're upstairs right now.
They're probably waiting for the
Case you
beat.
drop.
And here they are.
Hey, come on.
But I mean, Tommy, the success that you had with Jeff and Jer, I mean, everyone in America knows what San Diego radio is about. Make no mistake about that. It is a big deal. And when people come here, they don't leave. And I mean, I hope that stays the same way in radio now. But I mean, it's a pretty special thing. And
Well, it's like the mob. You can't get out. You're here.
Yeah, you're in.
I'm okay with
You're
it.
in.
Knock on Formica.
Right?
I just
So if they
realized
boot
something.
us, we
Thank
can
you for
come
that
to you
compliment.
guys.
You guys are,
Okay.
you guys are co-hosts.
It's kind of like a reunion for us because I was actually a behind-the-scenes member of John and Tammy for like 2 weeks.
Doing what?
I was their broadcast
Blowing up
remote-
their phone trying to get a job?
I was their
That's not behind the scenes.
I was their remote engineer. I
Right.
set up their engineering stuff when they went on the road.
Well, I was part of the show too because I listened to them.
That makes me part of John and Tammy.
Let's listen to
for
them.
about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Morgan
You guys, will
Leigh
you come back with us
my
sometime?
God, please.
Such a pleasure to have
Yes.
you.
John and Tammy, KSON.
Little Morgan Leigh to kick us out of here. Let's go.
What are you doing tonight? Let's watch the stars collide. Dancing under the moonlight, kiss the fireflies goodnight. What are you doing tonight? just you and I. We got nothing but time. Let's put this car in drive. So what are you doing tonight? Let's waste the night away. Taking time, don't worry about tomorrow. What do you say that you and I just up here tonight? Find a place where we can be alone. Yeah, I wanna know.
How about you like that? Wow.
You know,
Morgan Leigh Band. Boy, that's something.
hey, there's got to be an upcoming year when you are accepting a CMA.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
I mean,
We sure hope
sound
so.
you sound great.
And not only that, you have the second prettiest hair in the band. Hey, everybody. Thank you very
There he
much.
goes.
How am I doing on time?
All right. Hey, Mayor Bill Wells.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell you this. Ever since day one of the pandemic back in 2020, you always had El Cajon's back. You always looked out for the businesses there, and you always said, hey, you know what? Get back to work, get back to school, get back to making money. Let's do this. You didn't say that last week. You said that day one.
Right.
How did you know to do that?
You know, it goes back to when I first started in politics. I really never wanted to go into politics, and it kind of happened organically. And when I got elected, I made a promise to myself and my wife that I would always do the right thing and never make decisions based upon the next election, because I saw that happening a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just feel like I'm in it for as long as God wants me to be in it.
Yeah.
And if I start pandering and doing what's best for my political career as opposed to doing what's right for the people, then I should get out.
I'd like to pander right now.
Okay, yeah.
You got a guitar in your hand.
Yeah.
And we got a good sound system here. Can you play us something? Because I know, talk about your event coming up once.
You're a musician.
You have a big event coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about it a little bit.
End of August?
Yeah.
Once again.
So, you know, we opened the Magnolia Theater under Live Nation about 2 years ago. And on the opening night, they had heard that I played music. Now, when I was young, I toured back east. I played piano bars for a long time. So I've done a lot of playing of music. But I had kind of put that aside, just playing at church. And they asked me if I would play a song for the opening night. And I played a song. And the next day, the creative director from Live Nation gave me a call and said, would you like to do a benefit concert? And I thought, oh my God, a dream come true. You know,
Sure.
play on that big stage with
Yeah.
that big grand piano and sound system and lights and the whole thing. So I said, yeah, absolutely. Now, the first time we did it, it got canceled because of COVID.
Sure.
But now we're coming back up. We're going to do it in August 28th.
Good for you.
And
John will be harmonicking with you?
yeah, I recruited a new harmonic player because I think that adds a.
You know, you recruit him.
Yeah.
And you recruit his audience.
Yeah.
See how that works?
I didn't think about
You'll
that.
pack the place.
And musically, you play piano, you play sax.
Sax, piano, guitar.
Those are all three different ones. Good thing you stayed out of politics, because obviously 50 years in politics doesn't make you a better politician, because we have a president.
But 50 years in music.
50 years in music, you're going to learn the whole way and get it better.
You know, if I could just do music, I think I would have done nothing else.
Can you just do music right now?
All right.
Just do music.
You gotta change your evil ways, baby. Before I stop loving you, you gotta change, baby. Everything that I do is true. You got me talking, moving around. I want somebody that won't make me feel like a clown. This can't go on. Lord knows you gotta change.
Wow, you almost, baby.
Good enough?
You just need a full band behind you.
Do you write music, Bill?
Yeah.
Do you have any originals you can bust out?
All on piano, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, so next time.
Well, we haven't bring out the piano.
The next time we'll have a piano on stage for
Yeah.
you. Okay? We got a baby grand here at the studio. We can put it right on stage for you.
And
And we'll put it up there
Do
for
you
you.
really?
And we'll we'll have it's up in Studio C right now.
This studio's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Love
Thank
having
you.
you here too.
Yeah, thank Tommy. It's all Tommy's. It had nothing.
All right, thank you, Tommy.
Tommy had nothing to do with it, either way. So what's next for you as a city leader, as we are seeing the Delta variant, the Lambda variant, the Gamma variant coming up, and it seems as though that we're all being penalized for the inaction of a few.
Well, we can't base the future on what happened in the past.
Right.
I think the first time this happened, most of us said, okay, the government's got our back, so everybody has good intentions, and they want to help us. And then after a while, when we started really looking at the data and people started asking questions, they'd say, no, we don't ask those questions. Just do what you're told. Do what we say. And then it became very clear that this wasn't about public health. This was about something else. I still don't know exactly what that something else. I have dark thoughts about what that something else is.
Yeah.
But now we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people are going to practice civil disobedience.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think anybody's going to be listening to the Nathan Fletchers of the world and Gavin Newsoms of the world.
Hootin', here's a who.
About 2 months before the mask mandate ended, I put out a video saying I'm not going to wear a mask anymore, and it was interesting.
I remember. We covered it on Kogo. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Covered on KSON as well.
Interesting way to live. I'm used to going to 7-Eleven in the morning, getting my cup of coffee. Can't do that.
No.
You can't go to restaurants. Can't go to Vaughn's. You can't, and all these things that you don't think about. Like, I need to go to the post office. I can't go to the post office.
Yeah.
So but it was worth it.
Hey, Mayor Wells, stay right there. I want you to meet a guy named Tony Perez.
All right.
This dude
Well, the
is
one
so
thing we
cool.
can do, as I was about to tease,
I see.
Yes.
is play golf outside.
Yes.
Which, by the way,
indeed.
by the way, I got some footage of.
You
Russ.
can play golf. I'm not very good at it.
I heard this is Russ. So we.
Teeing it off in the back.
Yeah, here we go.
Fairbanks Ranch, I believe this is.
Sounds like fun.
Wait.
There we go.
Yeah, this is a good shot.
All right.
Let's bring out
It is
Tony
on
Perez
air.
next.
Tony Perez is joining us. We got Mayor Bill Wells.
Yes.
We got the Morgan Leigh Band.
Look how happy Morgan Leigh is.
We got little Tommy. We got Russ T. Dirt Road Nailz.
Duke.
Russ Duke D. Nailz. We're on the air. Coming up.
It's what you don't want, and everything you need. A little too much for your money. You gotta break free. Spend a little time and save a little love for me. Just save a little love, save a little love. Got the whole wide world all looking at you. Got that look in your eyes, you don't know what to do with it. You and I gonna be alright. Be together till the day we die. Don't need another baby. Ain't nobody getting our way. 'Cause you and I gonna be alright. Be together till the day we die. It's never what they told ya. It's supposed to be. The grass ain't always greener on this side of the street. Just lay it on the line and give a little love to me. Just give a little love, give a little love.
Just like that. The Morgan Leigh Band. Unbelievable, right? I wasn't a country fan till today.
I'm a new fan.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm a
We
new
always
fan.
joke, people who don't like country like us. So.
Yeah. Don't think it's the country, Morgan.
All right.
Just saying. All right.
Hey, wait a
Just
minute.
calling balls and strikes here. Pretty sure it's the country music. Pretty
Listen
sure.
up. So the other day, I was watching KUSI, and I saw this dude on television,
Yeah.
and I said, you know what? That's a nice man. He's doing some great work here in San Diego. So I invited him to be on our show to talk about what he's doing from Operation Game On. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Perez.
There he is.
Howdy. Anthony.
Tony.
You guys know each other, son?
I've known Tony for many years now. I actually helped him with the OGO. Tony Perez, and he's a golfer.
His son is Pat Perez.
Yeah.
Pat Perez.
And how's Pat doing?
Perez.
Yeah.
He's doing well. You know, he's home now. They're expecting their second child, so anytime in August. So
Sure.
he's home resting. Played 30 tournaments this year.
My
so
goodness.
it's what you got to do when you're down on the ladder. So
let's get right to it. What is Operation Game On?
Well, Operation Game On, I started in January 2008. As you know, I'm the starter for the Farmers Insurance Open. I've been doing that for 31 years, and I had an idea. Went to the PGA Tours. I like to have combat injured veterans who are going through rehab at the Naval Medical Center in San Diego to have them as starters for the Friday of the tournament. They always have different groups acting as starters.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that we had combat injured veterans how to announce.
And you're a veteran, Vietnam?
Yes, I'm a Vietnam veteran.
God
Yeah.
bless you.
And so, thank you. And something I wanted to do. So we had the tournament. They did their announcing. We went to the coffee shop, and turns out that one of the master sergeants, Davey Lynn, he's a double amputee. In fact, they were all amputees that were announcing. And they were in full uniform, and they said, I really like to learn how to play golf. And the other three guys, they said, yeah, I would like to learn how to play golf too. Even though they're amputees, they had the determination to do something. Sure, I'm amputee, but my mind's still active.
Sure.
So I said, all right, guys, you know what? I can put this together really quick. So you let me know. Are you sure? He goes, yep. I said, okay, it's game on. And as you know, everything in the military is an operation, so I named it Operation Game On.
Nice.
And I went to several of the manufacturers here in town, and TaylorMade stood up right away, $40,000 in product, and let's get this going. So we started with 4. And we've had over 625 troops come through our program already.
Wow.
And you brought in some props to explain the difference between, this is a little bit bigger cup to
The one in Russ's right hand is his shot
ship into.
glass.
This is, tell me about the 15-inch challenge and all that.
Well, as you know, we didn't have any events in 2020. So we have 2 major events, a 15-inch cup challenge, which is in March, and then we have our OGO Golf Classic, which is in August. So now we'll be back on track in 2022, but now it's time to party. As Bill was alluding to earlier, and Tammy and John were talking about getting out and getting something started. So we decided to have our 15-inch cup challenge now and bring out these 2 products. And what it is, it's a challenge to make a hole-in-one from 4 different distances.
Oh, I like that one better.
Yeah, a little easier to make this hole in.
And I brought this just to show you, though, that the comparison, that's a 4
So this is a real cup.
And that's a real cup, and that's a 15-inch cup.
Okay.
So there's no excuse of not making a hole.
What's
So
the
do people-
website?
how do people get involved?
Well, people can go to our operationgameon.org,
Okay.
our website, and there's a big blue button there to hit and
Donate.
register.
Yeah.
And
There
we go.
donate.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, will you come back with us and keep us posted on what you're doing?
Oh, absolutely.
I understand also that at one of your concerts,
He sings with me all the time.
what does he?
In fact,
what's he sing? We got a guitar.
I think
We
the
gotta-
2 of these guys.
What song can you sing?
Let's do La Bamba.
Do you know La Bamba?
Come on.
Let's close out.
Come on.
Thank you, Morgan Leigh Band.
La Bamba. Para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia y arriba, arriba, y arriba, y arriba.
Here we go.
Y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré.
Yeah.
Fantastic, guys. Good stuff. All right, before we get out of here, let's do one more song from the Morgan Leigh Band. Thank you guys so much for coming up. Bill, Tony, you guys as well. But thank you guys for spending your afternoon with us. And we'd love to have you guys come back if you will. Or not the other 2 guys. Just, for example,
come on
maybe this Morgan.
What's your Hey, Morgan, what's your website?
MorganLeighBand.com.
There we go. That'll work.
Easy.
All right,
Got it.
fantastic.
Leigh.
Should we invite the Emmy
LEIGH.
Award-winning technical director, Jarred Coleman, who can direct apparently and play drums at the same time to come?
J-Rad,
Come on, Jarred, get out here.
get your sticks and hit the track.
Just say no.
Get you up there.
Jared, love Jared. Jared Coleman's the best.
What a great way to end the show.
Here he comes. Take it away. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, drummer Jared.
Dressed for church and getting dirty, catching frogs and chasing boys. All we did was live in the moment, never worry about growing up. Do-do-do, do-do-do. 17 and feeling flirty, sneaking down, still chasing boys. Old enough to be wearing makeup, young enough to be making mistakes. Sometimes when I'm looking back, it feels like time's moving too fast. Hey, hey, Mom, look at me now, graduating, getting married, and having babies. Oh, and everything you told me, you were right, I was wrong. Yeah, you showed me